Hi guys, welcome once again to Loverton. Thank you all so much for those who have been subscribing, who has been leaving comments. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for suggesting, for contributing, for all the love and support I've been getting on Loverton. I am super grateful. Yes, it's not much, but I am grateful because the love is from people that I know, and it's been massive, and I'm very grateful. Thank you all so much. And for those who haven't subscribed, I shall do not know what you are waiting for. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. The information you might feel, oh, she's talking about parenting, teenagers, teachers, young adults. I do not fall into those categories. Sit back, relax, a few minutes of your time. Why are you running? Why are you running? Sit back, relax. This information or this knowledge that we all get to learn from here can be useful. It can be useful to you in the future. It can be useful to someone close to you. You can just get some knowledge on certain things, and someone who is going through certain things that you have already found out on this channel, and can be useful to you. You can help that person out. So please like, share, subscribe. This channel is actually for everybody. For everybody. Every single person. You're going to be a parent in the future. You're a teenager right now. You're going to be a teacher. You are somebody's aunt. You are somebody's uncle. It is for everybody. So without further ado, let's dive into what we have today. Today, I want to talk about something very dear to me. Very dear. When I mean dear, it is dear to me because I'm a teacher. So I see these things play out a lot in the classroom, within the classroom. So today I'm going to be talking about academic expectations and comparison. Yes, academic expectations and comparison. What do you mean by academic expectations? Simply put, the word itself, expectations, is like certain standards, you know, keeping a having a high, rather sometimes, most times, unrealistic expectations of children when it comes to their academic performance in school. Yes, that's what academic expectations are. Then comparison. Simply put, comparing your word or your children or your young adults and teenagers to other kids or other teenagers who are doing maybe way above your own child or children when it comes to their academic performance. So that's what it means. Yeah, simply put, no too much grammar about it. And now these expectations and comparison tend to have more negative effects than the positive aspect. Yes, there are positive aspects to it if done constructively. Like if these expectations are supported with the right, are given or are placed with the right support and constructively done, it can have positive impacts on your teenager or young adult. But when they are not done properly, when there's no good support following these expectations, it can have very detrimental negative effects on your ward or children or young adults or teenagers. Yes, as parents, guardians, teachers, and teenagers, we tend to put some sort of, expectations on young people, on children, on young teenagers, on young adults when it comes to their academic performance. And we find it very common with teachers and parents and people around young people, young teenagers, young adults, comparing their words and their children to other people. So, yes, today I'm talking about this because I know about it. Now, I'm going to be mentioning a few of the negative effects of these things. Yes, everything that has sometimes these expectations are met, but they have their effect when it is, unrealistic. So I'm going to be talking about some of the negative effects. I'll just mention a few, and we'll talk about it as we progress. I doubt if we're going to finish it in one video, but as much as I can, I will do justice to it. So yeah. So the number one effect of academic expectations and comparison, number one, is that it increases anxiety and stress. Anxiety and stress, number one. Number two, fear of failure. Yes, fear of failure. I want to list them out, then we'll talk about them progressively. Yeah. So number three, decrease or a decline in self-esteem. I don't know if you've watched my previous video. The first video I made talked about the effect of self-esteem. Like number four, lack of intrinsic motivation. Lack of intrinsic motivation. Then number five, perfectionism and mental health issues. Perfectionism and mental health issues. Yes, I'm going to talk about them one by one, these effects. Number six, damaged relationships. And number seven, lack of autonomy and creativity. So, yes, these are the few points that I'm going to be talking about when it comes to academic expectations and comparison. I wish you would pen it down, write it somewhere, just, record this video down. I don't know, however way you want to, you know, do these things so we can all learn and grow and help reshape our young adults and teenagers, into people with great capacity that are sound academically, psychologically, emotionally, and mentally, yes. So the first one we're going to be talking about today is increased anxiety and stress. Yes, when as parents and teachers, we, you know, keep up some high expectations when it comes to teenagers' academics, their performance in school, yes, it can lead to anxiety and stress because there's a constant pressure, there's a constant pressure in their hearts, in their minds to meet these expectations. And this can lead to anxiety. Normally, even you as an adult, when you are stressed, when you have a goal that you have set for yourself and you're trying so hard to meet it, it can become stressful at times because when you've kept this goal and you're working so hard towards it, you become stressed, you become anxious towards achieving this goal. So yes, these high expectations can also lead to that kind of anxiety and stress in the lives of teenagers and young adults because there's a constant pressure to meet our expectations. You have a teacher or a parent who is telling you, no, why would you fail on that? Why do people that are doing well, do they have two heads, all of that? So at all times when we do these things, subconsciously we don't even know that these expectations have effects on these young adults. They tend to work too hard, they are too anxious trying to make sure that they meet up with these expectations, leading to stress, leading to anxiety. And this is also evident. This can manifest in their lives in several ways. This anxiety, this stress from trying so hard to meet up with these expectations that as parents and teachers have set, or set goals that they must meet. When they try so hard to meet up with these expectations, this stress and anxiety can be so evident. You see a child begin to lose concentration. Yes, that is what stress and anxiety can do. You think it's only adults that go through stress and become anxious. Even young people, when we put so much pressure on them, trying to make sure that they do well, and not supporting, we don't even understand whatever it is they are going through. Yes, it can lead to lack of concentration. It can lead to difficulty in sleeping. You as an adult, when you are stressed, sometimes you can't even concentrate on one thing. You can't do one thing and do it properly. You can't even sleep sometimes. Like this, when I'm stressed, because somebody like me, when I'm doing something, when I want to achieve something and I'm not doing, or I'm working towards achieving something, I can be on and about it over and over, and my mind will be stressed. My whole focus will be on that, and I'll begin to lose concentration in other important things. And sometimes even you as an adult, you find it difficult to sleep because you are stressed and you are anxious about something. So this stress and anxiety can also lead to difficulty in sleeping. You are finding your young teenager. Sometimes you open their door stylishly, they are turning up and down on their beds. They can't sleep. You tell them to do something and they are lost. Go and do this thing, before you know it they'll come back, what did you ask me to even do again? It is stress. It is stress from trying to meet up sometimes with the expectations that we have for them when it comes to their academics. And also sometimes some of them, it is also evident in withdrawal. You are seeing your child, you're noticing that when it comes to this withdrawal syndrome, it's something that a lot of times we don't notice it easily. Like I always say, I like, you see that child that is always available when they are playing ball is there, when they are talking is there. I prefer that child because to a large extent you can predict that child. But when a child is going through some sort of stress, anxiety, and is beginning to enter into the stage of depression, you see them withdrawn. You can't find them when it comes to social gatherings or things their mates are doing socially. So these things play in withdrawal syndrome. You begin to notice that because the child is trying so hard to meet up with, maybe trying so hard to read, trying so hard to study, trying so hard to ensure that, my mom said if I don't get this, she will not give me this. My dad said if I don't get this score, I'm not going to when they try so hard to meet up with these expectations, some of them become withdrawn. They are only reading. They can't even participate in other things. They can't, you know, have a social life the way their mates or their peers are having. And it's a challenge because if you lose one side and you gain only one side, there's still a problem. If you have a whole lot of the academics, you are doing well there, but when it comes to social life, they cannot find you. It is hard to even know how you behave socially. It's a problem. So that's number one negative effect: increased anxiety. And number two is fear of failure. Fear of failure. This is this is some this is something that happens to a lot of young people. Fear of failure. They are so scared to fail. They are so scared of failing. At the end of the day, I always say it. I will always say it. That thing you are scared of is what will happen to you, most a like 90% chance that it is going to happen. So when as parents and guardians we do not support our expectations in the right manner or properly, when the standards are so high or the goals are so high to achieve, the young adult or the teenager or the child is struggling so hard to do well as expected, and then they are so scared of failing. They are so scared of failing. They do not want to fail. This fear of failure leads to lack of interest, or you find young adults and teenagers not wanting to become creative or take risk or do challenging tasks because if I go and do that hard one now, I will not fail. My mother will not say, my father will not say, my teacher will not say, beg. They want to stay in their comfort zone. They do not want to try, explore in their learning. They do not want to take challenging tasks. They don't want to take up challenging tasks. They don't want to take risk in learning. So this fear of failure can lead to that. The child becomes, just comfortable in their comfort zone. They do the regular things. They are scared of failing, so therefore they do the regular things. They are not creative. There's no creativity whatsoever. They do not grow and develop critical reasoning because they are scared of failing. They will not do anything outside the box because the child is scared of failing. And these are consequences of what? high unrealistic academic expectations by parents, teachers, everyone around young people. Number three is decreased self-esteem. Decreased self-esteem. What is self-esteem or self-worth? It's how one perceives themselves, how one sees themselves, how one sees their identity, how they see themselves. That's what self-esteem is. Now, when there are two types of self-esteem, you have low self-esteem and high self-esteem. There's no middle self-esteem. So that it is high or it is low. Yes. Now, this self-perception is what leads to self-esteem. Some people have a wrong notion or untrue self-perception. Now, when these expectations are very high and students or young teenagers cannot meet up, they begin to lose belief in themselves. They begin to lose their self-esteem. Me that don't know anything. I beg, there's nothing that this one wants to say or do. I will still not know it. Miss Esther, no matter how hard I tried, I still don't know maths. Miss Esther, no matter how hard I tried, this chemistry is just hard. Miss Esther, no matter how hard I tried, please, this physics, they should just leave it. Let her just do and go away. I don't know it. That's now self-esteem, low self-esteem is beginning to build up because we as teachers, parents, and guardians have set very high standards, unrealistic expectations for these young people. And when they cannot meet it, and when we're not supportive about it, when we're not creating the right support for them to find their fit and find their balance, they begin to lose their self-esteem, lose belief in themselves, feel that some of them will tell you, I beg, this thing is not for me. Oh, this science is not for me. Oh, this art is not for me. Oh, this, in fact, I didn't just go and learn something else. I'm not good with schools. That's how some are already feeling in their mind. They begin to build up wrong notion, wrong perception about themselves in their mind. And you know what the mind can do? Once you have set up or built up something in your mind, it's hard to remove. It takes a lot of work and prayers to help remove such kind of thoughts and perception. So when we set too much high standards, when our standards or our expectations are too high, it can also deter and affect their self-esteem. It can affect young teenagers' self-esteem. Now, number 4 is lack of intrinsic motivation. Lack of intrinsic motivation. I know. Calm down. I'm going to explain what intrinsic motivation is. Now, intrinsic motivation is the desire or the drive to do something for one's enjoyment, for one's satisfaction. That's what intrinsic motivation, like you are doing something and it gives you fulfillment. That's the intrinsic motivation. You do something based on the fulfillment and the satisfaction you get out of doing something or reading or learning or whatever you're doing. The drive, the satisfaction you get from doing it for your own benefit, for your own satisfaction. That's what intrinsic motivation is. But when these expectations are high, when you see parents comparing, this person that got first position, does he have 5 head? Does he have 3 head? The other person that got that your classmate that you say is he not your friend? Is he not your friend? The person that you're calling your friend, look at him now. He's doing well. What are you doing? You parents, you hear teachers saying, but no, I expected more from you. Okay, see your friend. Your friend is passing. What were you doing in class when they were teaching? You call your class. Is it not your sister? Your sister, when she was in this class that you are, she was doing well. Your brother was doing very well. What is your problem? You hear parents even go to the point of saying, are you cursed? What is it? Am I not trying? Comparing. And then sometimes because of this comparison and expectations, the child loses the intrinsic motivation to learn for themselves. They will go ahead and begin to learn. Just let me just do, let me pass. You will say so. Miss Esther, I just want to pass so that my daddy will not talk. Miss Esther, I just want to pass so that I don't have any issues with my mom. Miss Esther, I just want to pass so that My mom, the complaint and the comparison is too much. Let me just read and pass and go. They don't even read to enjoy. They don't read to learn. They don't read to enjoy. They don't study because they enjoy studying. They don't study because, oh, this thing is actually, this subject, this topic is actually very interesting. Oh. You do not find that anymore these days because we are setting high standards. There's no drive, there's no passion, there's no satisfaction in learning. The students are not, they don't find anything interesting. They shall just want to read, pass, and go. And at the end of the day, when you now come back to us, you will see a child, though, the child did very well in the with their performance. You see them, their grades are doing very well. But you come back later as a child, what is so in the topic? What are the laws of chemical combination? State the law of conservation of mass. They are looking at you. You are wondering, but you wrote it now. Eh, Sister, I just ready to pass. What? You just ready to pass? Meaning they only crammed so that they can do well for the exam. When the score sheets or dossier comes out, their parents will say, oh wow, you did well, I'm proud of you. That is all. Ask the child, do you know anything inside? No, they do not, because they only crammed to pass. There's no motivation, there's no there's no satisfaction, there's no fulfillment from any process in learning. Now, these are some of these challenges as parents. Please, when we set these standards, let's give it the right support. I'm going to be talking about how to support these young adults and teenagers, how to give the right support in videos later. But so to make this video not to be too long, I'm going to be stopping here today. So please, if you found this information useful and interesting, please like, share, subscribe. Make it a habit to turn on your notification bell so that when I upload new videos or new content, you see it, you will learn, and you will help someone out there. Not just for yourself, but for somebody else. Somebody might be going through, as parents, we might be going through it with our young children and teenagers. As teachers, we might be going through it. Yes, not all teachers are even aware of the psychological effects of some of the things that we do in class. So yes, you can be helping somebody out there. This information can be useful to someone out there. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, say something, contribute something. Tell me about, oh, this is what I'm going through. This, Miss Esther, can you please talk about this? Can we hit the nail on some of these things that we're going through? Please, please. Thank you all so much. Bye.